Hey there internet, how's it going? I have a very strict cutoff today. Last time we played this, we just fought Birkin, we just saved Ada, and we're on our way to the lab.
Let me carry you.
No, that'll only make me feel worse.
Ah, Ada, there's nothing to worry about. But at the very least, I don't have to go back to the police station. I don't have to worry about anything. I have all the items that I need to get into the RPD. So basically, my plan today is to fight Birkin, get the G-Virus sample, and then then I'll cut the game off then, and then we're gonna go into the finale in the next video.
This may be a one-way ride, so be prepared.
Don't worry, Ada, I got everything that I need. I don't gotta worry about nothing.
Do not exit until the final destination.
You know what I was thinking? I can't wait for the FBI to raid Umbrella headquarters and take those bastards to justice.
I agree, but to be clear, you're not working in official capacity. This is a federal case. Once we get the G-Virus, I'm back on my own. Hey, Leon, trust me?
Trust me?
Honestly, if I didn't, you'd probably be dead.
Right.
I thought I might need your help, and I was right. If you can secure the G-Virus, I can make sure what happened in Raccoon City never happens again.
Ada, you say it yourself. It's a federal case. I don't
Leon,
have the authority.
Look at me. I'm a liability now. If I'm gonna finish this case, you're the last hope I've got.
I'm not just gonna leave you here. What if you're attacked? What if you need help?
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I gotta see this through. And I want to see you again. I got plenty to live for, trust me.
Now, arriving at Nest.
Go. Please, we don't have much time. You're gonna need this.
Okay.
Leon. Counting on you.
I know.
You know, it's actually rather sweet on one hand that I actually like their interaction there. A little bit better than how it originally came about, with her risking her life to sort of help Leon take out Mr. X, which is wonderful.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open.
But at the same time, though,
For your safety, stand
is
clear
that
until
for
the
this one,
doors
it
are
seems
fully
as more as that she actually likes Leon a lot more, rather than being her playful self from the original. And it actually kind of puts a little more
Enjoy your
romance into their relationship, which is something that is needed in this loveless universe that they call Resident Evil. But at the same time, though, it's like, well, I can see her playing him because she really likes to do that. But at the same time, though, another thing that Ada said that is actually really interesting is that Ada was talking about, or at least Leon was talking about the feds coming in and raiding Umbrella and taking them to justice at the very least, right? Now, most people who have played Resident Evil 2, they actually know that's actually an interesting piece of I can't say foreshadowing. I would say detail that's kind of thrown in this one, because in 2004, Umbrella actually was taken to prison for actually what was it? For their crimes in Resident Evil 2, and also in Resident Evil 1. Man, come on, man. Oh, sweet. That was lucky. Alright, those probably taken care of. Yeah, I probably should have kept the flamethrower on me, but man, it's cool for right now. I can leave her alone. She can go ahead and eat. And she's not gonna move for anything. And this guy over here, I really don't gotta kill him, but it makes my life easier if I do. Thank you. Damn. Guy's head did not want to explode for anything. But I see why I always just run past him. I just kind of just did that for this, just to blow off a head. But still, it's like that is pretty that is a pretty interesting like foreshadowing thing, or a interesting like tidbit that was thrown within the story.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
there you are. This guy's always like in a random spot. Like sometimes he's in front of the door, sometimes he's away from the door, sometimes he's looking somewhere else. It's really random, and basically you got to be careful. But yeah, like I really do like the changes to the Leon Ada dynamic, you know, so that is pretty wonderful. The other side of this too is that in terms of what they changed with the laboratory, instead of me taking the tram to get down here and then it leading to a warehouse and then I would come through, it seems as though that the other way that I took, it was the actual entrance. This way that I'm taking, it seems like it was the back. I mean, like when you came in through the Chief Iron's office, like in the original game, it seemed like it was the back door, because every path you take, or at least like when like you're playing as Leon, it seems like you can't really get here unless you're walking through like unless you're walking through like a whole bunch of fecal matter. You know, unless, you know, like the bridge is supposed to be up and then like you take the upper halfway to get over there. That was destroyed by a net and everything, which is really crazy. But as for this new one, it's like there's no way for you to get here taking the downstairs pathway presented to you like in the police station, because if you do, then you're walking through a whole bunch of like so like you were walking through a river at the very least, and that is not savory. Oh yeah, that's right, I need to bring this with me. Now technically I don't need to do this, but I kind of want to do this to kind of make my passageway through this spot a little bit easier. Alright. Yeah, so at the very least, I get to talk about the brand new enemies. Also, they did change this right here, like because there used to be a ladder that led from the upstairs down, I believe, to like the second floor, and you would walk past this giant plant, and I think the only way to get past it was to kill the plant. So that was interesting. And this brings us to the other enemy that was in this area. It's these special mutated plants that were within the area. I mean, like, they weren't like zombie-esque like how they look now. They used to be like legitimate plants that Umbrella just mutated like that they mutated using the T-virus, I think. And then they would spit poison and they would spit poison, and then they would try to kill you with that and everything. Jesus. These new enemies, on the other hand, these are just regenerators from Resident Evil 4. They're regenerators who have a one-hit kill, which I only found out the hard way because I had to play this on hardcore, and the second that I got past them, like, I just got chomped on the head. And I figured that I could just take a bite and just walk it off. Nah. If they grab you and they bite you one time, like, you are dead. Like, and you got to start over from your last save point. So if you ever fight these guys, be careful, because they are really annoying.
Dispensing solution.
There's also another thing like that I wanted to talk about is like that I'm actually a bit disappointed with this game, like when it comes to the one thing that it could have done better than the first Resident Evil. I mean, like the primary Resident Evil 2. It was if they could have gotten the what you call it, if they would have gotten the if they would have gotten the B scenario right. Because for the most part, the only thing that they do for the B scenario is just
Adjust and mount a solution to match cartridge capacity.
I messed up already. I think no wait, no I didn't. Blue, red, green, blue, red, green. Red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green. Yeah. But in terms of the B scenario, it was kind of really disappointing because when you play the Raccoon City Police Department part, like once you're in the department, like the A scenario is fine. Like everything tied in with the A scenario is fine. The bosses you fight, the enemies, the places you go, and everything. All that is, all that works out perfectly. Oh, thank you. But like once you get past that, like going into the B scenario, it's like you can start out going like downstairs and everything, but like the problem with that is that starting up the B scenario, once you leave the police department, like everything kind of just divulges back into the A scenario, which is really disappointing, if I do say so myself, because again, I actually really like all the changes and the updated graphics and everything that comes with it. Headshots now. But yeah. But going into the B scenarios and everything, it's like once you get here, like you got to deal with the same enemies. The only difference is that like the same enemy triggers and everything. The only difference is that you technically have to deal with what was it? You have to deal with different puzzles, and that's not really fun. Or at least like it's fun, but like it feels as though that they could have done just a little bit more to kind of save it. Yeah. And technically there were lickers like in the within the original game. Yeah, like within this area. But like they were, I think that they had like a super liquor. Damn it! There we go. I am wasting shotgun shells this second time. Ugh. Yeah, at least I know where they're coming from. But still, even with that too, it's like you do have like supers. You used to have super liquors and everything else that would be in the area, and there was this gas that actually kind of changed the area. At least it would change how enemies would react, because like within the playthrough, it would make certain enemies weaker, but then in the B scenario they would get stronger, which is something that I find really interesting, actually. You know, which doesn't really pop up in this game. Like oddly enough, is like they do give me the ability to actually like cut the lights back on, like in the police station, using using this little device like that I just picked up, like. Because that was a main mechanic, like with the laboratory. It was like once you get here, you have to cut the power on, and then everything else would play out, and then you can solve puzzles and whatnot. Which I kind of hope that would be something that you could do in the police station. where that like you could like cut like I mean like you can do it for like a few rooms, and oddly enough, like even though you do it, like it doesn't really like add more light to an area. It really doesn't. So it's just, you know, because like that big hallway with all the zombies like that you start in, like that would have been cool, like if I could have like cut the lights on in there and then like, or at least it would have helped out, at least would have helped out my vision. My speech is slurring. I'm going crazy.
Who left the
Oh my
freezer
Jesus. No, I don't need no health, but I do need to get through here to get this item. Yeah, so my max cutoff is 1 hour when recording on the PlayStation. Now, for the next game I think I'm about to play, like I was gonna play something on PC, but I think I'll stick with console for the moment, like just to sort of get the feel down at the very least. I don't know what it is about that Iron Man, but like it just captivates something in me. Don't know what it is, but it's something about it. But still, is that I do wish that they had more of that in there. I mean, like because all the side packs that you get in the game, like they're kind of a play off of an item in which that you could get from Resident Evil, from the main game. Like once you get into the armory, they had 2 items in there. They had an SMG and they had a side pack. However, I think if you grab the SMG, it would lower your score by, I think by like 1 rank, like if you even used it. I'm gonna keep that on me for right now. My main fuel is 300, so don't need the hand grenade. Well, I don't need magnum ammo. I just need. I think that's everything that I need. Grab that. Go that. And there we go. Problem solved. This is literally the only item that I gotta grab. There's just some handgun ammo like there's some gunpowder over there that I don't really need. So I'm fine. But let me go ahead and take care of these plants really quickly before it turns into an even bigger problem. Yeah, that's the map. Yeah, since I've been missing shots all night, so all day. I mean, technically doing this for Leon's game isn't so bad, dealing with the plants and whatnot. When you come through here with Claire, like there's a plant zombie monster like just sitting on the side and whatnot. Now doing this actually, yeah, man, it makes the thing grow and whatnot. But and it also KOs all of the plant monsters until you grab the item.
Warning. You have dispersed a dangerous solution without authorization. Your actions.
Now I really want to just burn their bodies like for. Oh, that's where they're at. Yeah, it makes too much sense just to burn them here. Shit. All 3 of them? Nice, that's all 3 of them. Lucky day for me. No, I don't even need the handguns. I took out the other guy. Hey everybody, there goes your boy. There he goes.
Shit! Him again?
Yes, it is, and I'm clearing on up out of here. Yeah. Oh, also, there's all when I do the Claire scenario, this is something that I also have to talk about in terms of how Mr. X is kind of getting around and whatnot and following Leon, because I feel like that they put so much time in into Mr. X that he's literally the one good thing about the AB scenarios that actually makes sense to a point. To a point. Other than that, it kind of, like, when you think about it, it kind of hurts itself. But I'll talk about it when I get to the Claire scenario, because a lot of what happens, like in this Leon scenario, it feels like it's Leon B, but it has a lot of things from the A scenario tied into it. And I'll talk about that a little bit, like in the finale for the Leon B scenario when I actually finish it. Okay. Oh snap. Oh wait, I don't think I got the thing right. Oh yeah, I didn't change it. No, I got it on. Oops. There we go. There we go. That's the last one I need. So I get the side pack, which is really wonderful to get. Other than that, I don't really need to kill that dude. He's fine. He's good to live out the rest of the zombie life in peace, as old. They probably share a body with the old girl. With the girl, with the lady scientist zombie, so they should be fine. But other than that, though, it's like, yeah. So now that I have everything that I officially need, now my next destination is to take down William, and then yeah, it saves me a little bit of extra time. So deal with him, solve that puzzle in there, fight him, and then save it, and then we're off to the finale. But before we get there, the trip that I'm gonna have to take, oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Which else I got? Yeah, I'm topped off to max. I see something. Oh yeah. Videotape, hand grenade. Yeah, this place is really strewn about, like, after William's transformation. If I think about it, where did this guy come from? It's hard to say where they came from, because he just broke through through the wall. Check out the videotape and see what happened. Oh wait, that was back in the lab, sorry.
Got eyes on the G-Virus. Going in. Dr. Birkin, you'll come along with us quietly.
I think the guy on the right is
I
Hunk.
know you were coming. This is my life's work. I'm not handing over anything.
We have our orders, Dr. Birkin. I'll ask you one more time. Hold your fire! What the fuck were you thinking? Our orders were to bring him in alive. We're in, sir. We had a snafu. Target resisted. We had to take him out.
If I believe so, I think that this J Martinez. Oh, wait, no, not him. One of these guys has to be the Forgotten Soldier, like in the free DLC. Even though technically the only one who survives is Hunk, but still.
So those were G samples.
The interesting thing about this, though, also that kind of threw me off a bit, is that only Leon like has things to say about the only Leon has stuff to say about the about what happened like with the videotapes and everything. Like Claire doesn't have much to say when it comes to those, but she's pretty vocal when it comes to specific items like what happened with like she has like stuff stuff to say about a few of the regular items like protruding to Sherry and like and what's going on with the area and everything. I kind of would have liked it if they would have had a few extra lines, or at the very least they would have been a little more vocal about like things that are happening in relation to that character, because there are things in which that, well, obviously, not what Ada finds, but what Leon finds like in this lab, like him reading Birkin's files and whatnot and everything. Because originally it was like, I think that they had to change up a lot of the dialogue. Sorry about that. Because Leon and Claire would talk about things like, if you weren't grabbing files to find out about it, it would be like, how in the world do you guys know that? You know, because there were no files about it. So it was like, well, they just know because naturally the player is supposed to be reading all of these files, so they should know. But then they kind of rewrote the game to where that you'll probably see it when like Leon's talking. I'll bring this just in case. Just in case. This is so unnecessary, but I just love to do it. Yeah, it's very unnecessary, but I can't help it. There we go. Kind of reminds me of the attaché case stuff from Resident Evil 4. But still, even with that too, it's like I kind of wish that they would have a little bit more there to say about specific items, but they don't.
All right, now back to Ada. So
I'm gonna need everybody playing this to sort of remember the two Birkin fights that I've had prior to this one. The last one at the end of the previous fight, and this one here. And I really need you guys to pay attention to who I'm fighting. All right, and then we'll talk about it in the Claire B or the in the Claire B scenario.
Going on?
Sorry, William. You left me no choice.
Call this thing William. Why?
It shouldn't have been like this. It's Umbrella's fault, this whole mess.
You're Umbrella too. You're telling me you weren't involved in this?
Yes. But we never meant for this to happen.
Tell me everything. Right from the start.
You don't get away that easily.
Good God, William. What have you done?
So you made this monster.
We made the G-Virus, but we never intended this.
Spin it any way you want. You're still responsible.
You don't gotta be a shit about it, Leon. No, the good old divorce ball.
The hell? Oh, shit.
Now, if I remember correctly, this was officially his 5th transformation in the original game. Because they took some of his transformations and they kind of fused them together. Like his previous one was his, like when I first fought him, it was his first and his second. The previous one to that, man, was his 3rd. This one should be his, like, this 3rd going like into his 4th one. I think this one was his, was his 5th one. Oh. Oh, this is gonna get tough. Super handy. The reason why I'm kind of doing this like with the knife and whatnot, because it's kind of hitting his back and both of his back arms, so I'm doing 3 hits at once with each slash. And when it does a multi-hit like that, I think it's hitting him like twice per hit. Man, that has it easier. And that's actually an insta kill. I found that out the hard way once. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, this is where the Magnum and the bullets are at. Yeah, normally I would just kill him with all the grenades, but I guess the Magnum came in handy for something. So that was Birkin for now. Okay, guys. So I'm technically finished here. I'm about to head on up, talk to Annette, see what she has to say, and then afterwards we are going to save it. Even though technically I really don't need to collect all these items because they're basically useless to me. But, well, except for the flamer ammo. Yeah, that's on the other side of it. Yeah, I really need that. And I think it's a hand grenade. Yeah, hand grenade. But most of this over here is just a bunch of handgun bullets. Surprisingly, like 20, 25 each. I'm just collecting to collect them at this point. So yeah, 213.
Jesus, that looks bad.
Feels worse. Believe me.
Talk about what you said. I don't know how much I believe.
Just tell me you'll destroy that G sample.
No, it's evidence. It's going to the FBI.
You trust that bitch?
What's that supposed to mean?
She's not FBI. She's a mercenary. She's gonna sell it. G-Virus is gonna go to the highest bidder.
Bullshit.
I hope you're right. But if the G-Virus gets into the wrong hands...
Since I know the future and I know what's gonna happen, technically even Annette is wrong about the G-Virus, where it's going, who's going to use it, and also for its purpose. Because at this point in time, both William and also Annette, they actually believe that since Wesker was injured and he's out of the picture, is there a save spot over here? No, it is not. I'm gonna have to make it to the... Yeah, that's the closest typewriter, and I can't save it over there because that's gone. So I'm gonna have to play for just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer until I get to a save point. So yeah, let me go ahead and get through this because this should be pretty quick. So speaking to Annette specifically, it's like Wesker wants the G-Virus. For those of you out there who don't know, he wants the G-Virus to basically mix it with the... I'm not even sure which virus like Wesker even infected himself with. Originally, I think it was called a perfected T virus, like for what it was supposed to do, strengthen the body, but then it turned into something completely different. You know.
No, we make a good team.
But the funny thing about this part right here, though, this is just the Leon A scenario from the Resident Evil 2. Like this is his A ending.
I ran into Annette. She claims you're not FBI.
Oh, Leon. Why couldn't you just hand over the sample?
I realized, as much as I wanted to trust you, I didn't.
I really hoped it wouldn't end up like this.
So that's all this was. I was just some pawn to you?
Look, I'm just doing my job.
And I'm doing mine, so drop that damn gun! I'm taking you in.
Hand over the sample, Leon. I don't want to hurt you.
And you shoot me. But I don't think you can.
And the virus survives the fall.
No one gets that sample now.
Hold on. I think I can...
Forget it.
Shut up, I've got you.
It's not worth it.
Don't do this.
Take care of yourself, Leon.
No!
Yeah, that's... Again, on the whole, like, differing scenarios. Yeah, this is Leon's scenario A ending, and since technically that they didn't decide to actually try and change the game and put his scenario B option ending in this, then this is supposed to mean that officially, like Ada just falls down into the she falls down like from the height. I mean, like from off the bridge and whatnot, because instead of Leon fighting Mr. X like in one of these specific areas, but it might just be that they didn't model the room that you could fight him in. Because originally when I first did this, I was playing as Claire scenario, and I thought that you would fight him in one of the generator rooms, like for one of these over here. It was like that you would come down the elevator early, and then you would fight Mr. X somewhere like in the area, and then Ada would sacrifice herself the same way like that she did in the original. But again, that's kind of one of the blowbacks to this is that they got the A scenarios placed in the game perfectly, but when it came down to the B scenarios and different stories and how things changed, they only got as far as the police station before they were like, okay, I guess they ran out of time, and then that they just released the game out to the world.
Fast.
Yeah. There's a way out. We can make it. Where are you now?
Claire, are you still there?
Leon? Hey, Leon, you're breaking up.
Forget about me. Just get out of here. Damn it.
In terms of changes of what actually happens like throughout the story, I mean, since there's only one conclusion to basically Leon and Claire, like once they reach the sewers to this part of the game, it's all the same. The only thing that I can say for sure is that Claire reached her spot first, and then Leon followed up behind her, which would mean that whatever happens in Claire's story, it happens first, and then I mean, like even with a net all the way up to her like getting down to the tram. But as for now, this is where we have to end it today. So we'll talk more about this tomorrow. I'll see you guys on the next Jongravesshows show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. Tell me, what do you think about my gameplay, my commentary? You like it? You don't like it? Should I switch up my conversations? Go ahead, give me as much feedback as you can. It's all welcome. I'll see you guys next time. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.